Yeah, Max, I haven't really built you up properly for the audience out there, that you're a pretty influential guy, and that's what's so scary about you talking about devaluing the dollar, devaluing the currency, going to a Bretton Woods system. So in the few minutes we've got left with you, and this is just for the internet audience, but it's millions, tell folks more about the TV show, more about your website and what you do, how folks tune into your radio show, and then a few minutes about what that new currency is going to look like, and then we'll let you go.
Okay.
We're on air right now. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Right. Well, you've got this new show working on BBC World. It's going to be hopefully starting up in January. And as I mentioned, Alec is a producer on the show. It's called The Oracle. And I'm taking all these prediction markets that are out there now that have come after the Hollywood Stock Exchange. And as you point out in the introduction, I invented this whole idea of prediction markets and invented the technology of it. So we're going to have a panel of experts and guests kind of figure out what the future is going to be. So an issue like this Bretton Woods Accord, we'll have a couple of experts, we'll have a couple of non-experts to try and pick it apart, and we'll try to figure out, and we'll look at the markets, because the markets are generally anticipate or discount future events more accurately than any news pundit. If you notice, the prediction markets on sites like Intrade.com have predicted an Obama victory now for months. They predicted all of the senatorial and House of Representative victories much more accurately than any of the polling or the pundits. So this is a show that's based on that concept and bringing those prediction markets to a global audience on BBC World. And as I mentioned before the break, it would be great to have you on the show, of course, because your insights into how these various world pieces work together. On the Bretton Woods issue, this is something that if you just look at it from any kind of perspective other than the myopic inside the U.S. perspective, you'll see that quite clearly the appetite of the global community for U.S. dollars is diminishing. And the U.S. rolls over trillions of dollars worth of paper every single quarter, and if they can't refinance that paper, the U.S. would immediately go bankrupt. And the only way they're going to appease these foreign creditors is to throw them a bone. Either they devalue the dollar, or they have to give them California. You know, they have to give them something.
So what will that new currency, Max Keiser, look like?
Well, you know, the new dollar currency, I know that there's a lot of talk about the Amira, of course, the North American currency. I'm not certain that's what's going to happen first. I think before we see something like that, you're going to see simply, the U.S. has gotten very, very good at, issuing these new currencies in the last couple of years. Remember, they just came out with a peach-colored currency, a new
Yes.
peach-colored $5 bill, and they keep saying we need it for the security. But basically, it's a dry run.
They're conditioning us to accept a new color, a new look, yeah.
Exactly. So this is just a dry run. There's no need to issue a new currency with the frequency that they do. They're testing the technology.
And they're getting us ready to recall all the old notes and everybody that's got them mattressed away to say that they're worthless.
Yeah, exactly. I was here during the Euro. The Euro, in one day, you had a French franc. It's no good. You have to have a euro.
Well, Max, do this. Obviously, I'd be honored to come on your show anytime, and we're really honored and very respectful and appreciative of your important time. I know you're in demand, and I would love, because I'm a huge fan of him, I would love to get you and Alec Baldwin, even if it was on for 10 minutes, sometime in the future here on the show. So maybe you can help us set that up to promote the TV show when it's coming out.
Well, we're going to focus on the TV show, and as you know, we'll also share a venue with Press TV. I've been on Press TV a lot, and I'm trying to set something up with you, me, and Press TV, talking about some of these issues as well, because I think that's an excellent venue, Press TV, as you point out today. It's an international audience. It's based in Iran. But, there's still...
Hold on, we're going back to the full audience. I'm going to say bye to you here to the full audience. Here we go. Yeah, no more Mr. Nice Guy, ladies and gentlemen. The New World Order is being born right in front of you, and America is dying financially. Max Keiser, in closing, fire out your website again and tell us if you think this country is ever going to emerge in the next decade out of what we're facing.
Right. MaxKeiser.com, MaxKeiser. There's a link also to the radio shows that we do. I do a pod show with Stacy, who's my significant other, I guess you could call her, my love of my life. And we do a daily show, plus we have our weekly show on Resonance 104.4, The Truth About Markets. But the question about the future of the dollar and the currency, as we were just discussing it, it's not that hard to simply reissue a currency and give and it has a different value, different serial numbers. We've already seen new currencies issued in the U.S. a few times over the past few years, different colors, different configurations.
So they're getting us ready. Bottom line, get into gold now, because you're saying you think all the evidence shows it's going to double by when?
Well, when it does double, first 2 points. When it does double, I have a very strong belief that it'll happen so fast that if you don't already own it, you won't be able to buy it. It'll be too late.
You can't buy it right now.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, you can buy it.
Just at a premium.
And you can buy, for example, if you go to a site like goldmoney.com, okay? Goldmoney.com, you go to that site, you can buy gold, and it's stored in either London or Switzerland. It's allocated gold in your name, held outside of the United States. You can go collect the gold if you want, anytime you want to. I know goldmoney.com. It's run by a guy named James Turk. He's a reputable guy. I have an account there myself. He's full disclosure. He's a fantastic guy. He holds the gold. You get the current price. That's it. You now have some gold, and it gives you peace of mind. And these currencies, unfortunately, all the banking fraud that has happened in the last 25 years, starting with Mike Milken. Mike Milken really ushered in the 1980s a period of fraud that has just built up over 25 years, and then long-term capital management was another huge chapter.
And now it's all coming to a head. Max, let's get you back up in the near future. I appreciate you coming on with us, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks, Alex.
You bet. There goes Max Keiser. Boy, that guy is something else. He's involved in he really did invent a bunch of some of the most modern systems that are used today. He's got his fingers and everything.